Hey there everyone, greetings and welcome to Prog Monster. My name is Murph. I am the host of this show, a show dedicated to progressive rock and other forms of rock music. So we're here to do an episode of ranking the songs off an album. So last week was album sides and this week is ranking the songs off an album. So generally what I do here is I take an album, and in this case we're going to be doing this album, Vanhalen's debut, and I take in this case there's 11 songs. I put them and I rank them according to how I like them. That's pretty much what I do. I decided to come back with Van Halen this week since I'm on a bit of a roll with them. They've been in at least a video over each of the last 3 weeks. Last week they did a look back at a classic rock album. The week before they were in 5 bands that took a change in musical direction. But anyways, this week we're doing ranking the songs off Van Halen's debut album. So this is a really solid album. There are no bad tracks on this album, so it's not like I put the fudge at the bottom and put all the good stuff at the top. Yeah, there's great stuff at the top, but there's almost as good stuff at the bottom too. And we're going to do this according to the way I always do these kind of things, from least to most, or from worst to best, or from least to best, or from, in this case, 11th to 1st. So we'll start by doing the 11th song first, and the song that I've chosen to go in the 11th spot is Little Dreamer. This is a good track, pretty solid Van Halen track off of their first album. Unfortunately, somebody's got to be the least, so it's going to be this song. Number 10, I'm the one you want. Yeah, this is a strong track too. I never really ever really warmed to the putting this one near the top. It's always been kind of drifting near the bottom, but I never disliked it. I always liked it. I never turned it off. I never thought anything negative about it or anything, but somebody's got to be down towards the bottom, and so this one is the number 10 track. Number 9 was actually quite a bit higher at one time. Probably initially when I got the album, it was probably pretty much right at the top. But over time, it's because it's a shorter bit. It's just an instrumental. It's kind of, I've gotten used to it, so it's kind of gone down towards the bottom. And we're talking about Eruption, of course. Many people think this is one of the great guitar intros to a guitar player of all time. And I have to happen to agree 100%. So number 9, Eruption. Number 8's Atomic Punk. Now this one's been a little higher at times, but in recent years I haven't listened to it as much. But still, it's good enough to come here at number 8. Number 7 was probably the first Van Halen song I ever remember hearing. And I had it on a cassette, and I really liked the guitar intro and the heavy bass part. But I never, after the initial listening to it, it's been overkill. It's played way too much. I just don't have the kind of patience for it anymore. And we're talking about Running with the Devil. Great tune, but it's just kind of burned out a little bit. So that's why it's coming down here a little bit further than probably it would have a few years back. Number 6 is On Fire. This is a song that I kind of went through a bit of a period where I really liked it a lot. And I would sometimes pull this album out and just play that track. I don't normally do that, but I did with this one. So it's going to come in at number 6 today. Top 5 of them, all pretty strong. Always been in the kind of upper echelons of this album. Feel Your Love Tonight. I know it's a kind of a poppy track, but I like the guitar solo on this a lot. I think David Lee Roth's voice is perfect for it. I really like the bassy part too. It's a pretty heavy pop song, I think. I might even go as far as to call this, to me it's a hard rock song, but it's got that kind of poppy element to it. That's probably more like what I'm saying. So Feel Your Love Tonight, number 5. Number 4, very similar to Feel Your Love Tonight. Same kind of vibe. Same, just about same everything on it. Jamie's Crying. Maybe I know this song a little bit better because it gets a lot more play on the radio than Feel Your Love Tonight, but to me they're pretty much the same type of song. Then you got the top 3, which are all very different from each other. You've got the really heavy heavy, scorching guitar riff of this cover, which is from the Kinks, called "You Really Got Me." This is probably one of the great covers of all time. I think Van Halen's one of those bands, they actually do a better job of the music than the bands. In most cases, I find that they did a better job of the music that they covered than the band did originally. And this is no exception here. "You Really Got Me," one of their great covers. Number 2 is a song that I first recognized that I liked it when I heard a guy at my school. So he was playing "Take Your Whiskey Home," and then he got into doing this song too, "Ice Cream Man." And he guy was really quite good with the acoustic guitar. So from that point on, I really liked both of those songs a lot by Van Halen, and this is no exception. "Ice Cream Man," number 2. Number 1, "Ain't Talking About Love." This is to me one of the heaviest Van Halen songs, one of their best. I still like it today. It's not suffered from burnout like so many other stuff that overplayed on the radio, but this one has never suffered. I think the guitar parts in this are kind of unique and different from a lot of hard rock stuff, and I just love this tune. And whenever I think of this album, this is the first tune that comes to mind. So "Ain't Talking About Love," number 1. So I'm just going to reiterate them now, all from top to bottom this time. Van Halen debut album, number 1, "Ain't Talking About Love." Number 2, "Ice Cream Man." Number 3, "You Really Got Me." Number 4, "Jamie's Crying." Number 5, "Feel Your Love Tonight." Number 6, "On Fire." Number 7, "Running with the Devil." Number 8, "Atomic Punk." Number 9, "Eruption." Number 10, "I'm the One." And last, and probably least, I guess, "Little Dreamer" from the debut album. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode of ranking the songs off an album featuring Van Halen's debut album. It was fun to do. Next week we'll be back with an episode of Album Sides, and then the following week back with another ranking the songs off an album. So I hope you've enjoyed this. Please hit the like and subscribe. Any comments, if you want to put your list down below, that'd be great as well. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you don't miss this content. And we will see you next week with Album Sides. Take care.